Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope you're excited. If you don't have your prep list, I want you to check the description in this video. You'll find links there where you can very quickly download your prep list, gather your ingredients, gather your favorite kitchen tools, and then come back here and get ready for some fun. Prep is a love yourself later activity because we are actually going to build extra time into your week. We're going to remove stress. It's you are going to get addicted to this, I promise you. This week's lineup is Chimichurri Steak Salad, Paleo chicken fingers, and Teriyaki chicken wraps. I do have 3 varying levels of prep depending on your level of motivation today. However, if you do want to get the time to table results that you see in the meal plan, you're going to want to go all the way with me to level 3. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go. Let's get her done. Like we do many times, I'm actually going to start with something in level 3, and that's going to be cooking our chicken. You can cook it in whatever way you want to. I'm going to grill mine on my cast iron grill pan today. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You do whatever you want to do, okay? So, cast iron, so I want to make sure I grease it up. So, you can barbecue yours if you wanted to. I don't know, whatever you're feeling. So while that's going, I'm going to start doing some other things. Okay, so we're going to start slicing up some peppers. Yes, we're going to level 1. We're like time traveling. We went into the future to level 3, and now we're going back to level 1. Okay. Actually, I'm going to use another process. Because while I'm doing this, I'm slicing 3 peppers for the meal itself. I'm also going to slice up a few more just to have as a side dish. So I'm using a quick slice here. It is a very suitable name because it helps you slice things quicker. It's especially useful for things like peppers. You can use it for mushrooms, that type of thing. Nothing that's like too hard. The blades just are not built for that. But for peppers, it's perfection. Always make sure you have your produce all cleaned off before you're doing this. The last thing you want is to be cleaning things one at a time while you're trying to prep. So that's why you get a handy little list there, and it'll tell you exactly what you want to bring, so then you know exactly what you want to have cleaned off too, right? All of the things. We're trying to make this streamlined and easy. Like, you can make your own meal plan. You can make your own meal plan list and prep list and all the rest of it, but this is here to save you some steps. Because time is priceless. We only have so much of it. We only have so much effort. Should have set a timer for that chicken. Oh well. We'll just listen to its sweet sizzles for a little while. If you haven't gathered, I'm far from a perfectionist in the kitchen. This is very utilitarian. It is, we have to eat to survive, and somehow I'm expected to do it. So this is how it's going to happen best. That is, that's as good as she gets. All right. So I'm just going to slice up a whole boatload of peppers, just cause. So with the chicken fingers this week, you'll notice I am just doing fresh veggies and dip. because it's hot, and you know what? We're already prepping so many veggies today. Why not just prep a couple more while we're in there? And then we have a side dish, and we're just gonna feel awesome about that too. And you know what? Sometimes fresh veggies go over better with kids than the cooked ones do. Worth a try. I don't know if all these are going to smush in there or not, but I'm going to try for it. I'm going to wiggle the crap out of this thing. That's a few peppers. Okay. She worked. Awesome. 1 boatload of peppers done. Okay. Got a red onion here. Give it a rinse. There was one part of it that just did not seem happy, and I was trying to figure out whether it was like, you know, rotten or whether it was fine. Turns out it was fine. Okay, I'm gonna flip these chicken, I think. And I'm just throwing a press on top of it because it tends to make it cook faster, and I like that. Love myself some efficiency. So I have all the toys in the kitchen because they make things quicker. And if toys make things quicker, I will take them. And I don't know, toys are fun to use too. Like, oh, that feels an awful lot like, you know, extreme adulting when the kitchen toys are my excitement, but it's true, they really are. Like, I could chat kitchen toys for a very long time. Take you through a, you know, a tour through my kitchen and show you all the things. And I get excited about all of them. It is a real thing. So I'm going to thin slice some red onion while I'm at it. Just for the other ones for my salad, it's going to be roasted. Thin slicing some for the teriyaki wraps. There you go. Some red onion, taken care of. Now, slice up some cucumber. I'm going to slice extra cucumber while I'm at it because I'm going to use some on the side of my chicken fingers as well. So, some for the salad, some for some chicken fingers. Just realized I didn't wash my cucumber. There we go. Awesome. I bet you these will work in a quick slice. Let me give it a go. How are you doing? Okay. Nope. That was a bad idea. I wonder if I half them. I should do it if I half them. Experiment time. It just didn't seem like it was quite happy, and I did not want to like force it. So let's try cutting down this way. See how that goes. Just because I'm curious now. Half loves it. Other way, not so much. That works though. I'm gonna take it. I love cucumber. Just like one of those fresh, simple flavors. Can't go wrong with. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of cucumber ready to go. Gonna check my chicken progress report. See how it's going. And that chicken is done. All right, gonna grab it off of there. Because I really don't want it to like keep cooking. There we go, perfect. All right, so next I'm gonna shred up some carrots. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna floret this broccoli first because I'm gonna use the broccoli florets for dipping for fresh veggies, and then I am going to use the stalks to make broccoli slaw to go on the wraps. You don't need to have the broccoli slaw to go on the wraps. It does provide some kind of different texture, different nutrients, that type of thing. And if you like to dip broccoli in ranch, then that'll be a great side to go with your chicken fingers. So it kind of makes it all work together a little bit. And then you're not wasting the stock, because you could buy broccoli slaw, but you're just buying the broccoli stock. Like, they're making literal double money because they're, I'm just gonna drink my coffee. They're making money on selling you the florets in a bag, and then they're making money by selling you broccoli slaw made out of the stems. So why not just get it all? And if you're wondering, like, how do you prep these stems to, you know, become slaw, you kind of want to take any of the really rough parts off. We just really want the stem. So I'm just gonna do the kind of stuff that would terrify my husband if he was here. I say I'm accident prone, I think I just actually make bad life choices. It might be the same thing. Okay. So we want to pull off anything that's, you know, kind of big, weird, or awkward. Kind of like the sound when it pops off. I don't know if that's a weird sound to like, but I like the sound of popping off something off of vegetables like that. Then if you want to get some of the tough stuff off, just take a peeler. Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't need perfection here. And just peel off some of the harder exterior. If it's a little woody at the bottom, you want to kind of give a little chop at the bottom to get that woody piece off. And then you can either take this and you can grate it if you want to use a grater, or if you have a mandolin that has a julienne feature, you can do that. Just set it as small as you can. Just gonna dump my compost. Go. Now, since I just peeled those, I'm going to peel a couple carrots to shred as well. Some of my shredded carrot is going to be for salad. Some of it is going to be for some of it's going to be for broccoli slaw. So, if you want to keep the broccoli and the carrot like kind of separated until you decide to use the broccoli slaw, then you can see how much shredded carrot you have left after you have your salad, or the other way around. Well, I mean, you can put broccoli slaw in your salad too. Really, like, we're not looking for 5-star meals here. This is just, you're nourishing your family. So we're prepping the stuff that'll make your week a little easier. I'm gonna use a mandolin. Since I am a hazard to myself, I have what's called the rapid prep mandolin, and it is a ridiculously safe mandolin. Maybe you are good enough that you can use any mandolin at all, and look at you, shoot. But I am not that coordinated. It's just I get a little distracted easily sometimes. Now this one, the reason that it's so safe is instead of having your fingers pushing up towards a blade, which just spells disaster, you are having the blade come towards your food. So it's like a vegetable guillotine. We're sending them off to their execution here. Drop the other stalk in. And it is just that easy. So if you don't have a mandolin and you're going to be using a grater, you can use a grater, that's fine. It might just take a little bit longer, which if you do find it's taking longer and you still want to prep together, I mean, I hope you still want to prep together. It's like the high point of my week. Then pause the video and then we can reconnect after. Awesome. Got my broccoli all shredded up there. I'm gonna shred up my carrots. I'll remember to put that there just for fun. There, so I shredded up my carrot, I shredded up my broccoli stumps, and you know what? I'm going to take some of these and a little bit of that. First I'm gonna have my salads. I'm gonna use that on my salad. Whatever's left, I'm just gonna throw in with the broccoli, and that's going to make my broccoli slaw. And I don't feel bad if I don't end up eating all my broccoli slaw. Like, you can use it on anything that's fresh. Heck, you could use it in anything cooked. You could throw it in if you're doing a stir fry or something like that too. And just using things up throughout the week. So it'll work for anyone. But I don't feel bad if I don't use it because it was just gonna be garbage anyway. So that just makes me feel like I'm just getting extra for nothing. Right? That's fun. Okay. I am going to do a little more carrot because I'm gonna cut some up for going on the side with chicken fingers as well. So I'm gonna have lots of veggie choices because you know what? Some days my kids will eat some veggies, some days they won't eat any veggies. But the more variety I have, the greater my odds for success is just how I feel. So, because I'll usually I don't ask them if they'll eat some vegetables. If, depending on my mood, I will usually just ask, which vegetable would you like for supper? Would you rather have peppers or carrots? Would you rather have cucumber or broccoli? You know, whatever it is, and I'll just give them the option. And sometimes they surprise me and say both. Sometimes they say both and it sits on their plate and they don't eat it, but I'll call it progress. I'll take little wins. If they're willing to have it on their plate and they're not making like noises, that is a win. So I'm gonna throw some water on these to keep them fresh. And if you want to prep yourself carrot sticks for days and days and days, you can. Just put a little bit of water in them and they're gonna stay like nice and fresh and crispy, just like the first day you ever made them. Okay, guys. If you have extra veggies you want to prep to go on the side with your chicken fingers now, you can prep those. If not, congratulations, you've completed level 1 and part of level 3 if you were with me there. So let's go on to level 2, shall we? If you still get some gas in the tank. I am just going to use grated Parmesan. You can, we're gonna, because it's shaving half a cup. If you want to do shaved, you can do shaved. If you want to do grated, you can do grated. My kids are used to seeing it grated. They're not used to seeing it shaved. So that's why I am doing it this way. You can also just buy yourself some shaved parm or grated parm and save yourself this step. However, I do find that there's less ingredients and it tends to taste better if you take the time to do it yourself. You can kind of get better quality stuff. It's not, I don't know. Less ingredients usually means less processing. The less processing means better for you, and it's a life choice that I make. I know we can't make everything from scratch. I mean, we could, but we wouldn't be doing anything else in the world, and we got busy lives, right? Like, all right, there we go. So you do however much you want, or buy it pre-done, and then you can skip that step and call it a day. And we're doing it. Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I did mine in what is called a cup slicer. It has a little storage compartment on the bottom for it, of it here, and it will measure how much cheese I have. I can use the bottom storage part just in the fridge like that. And then I'll just pop that in the dishwasher to clean it. So pretty easy, and you can use it in any direction, which is why I really like that one. Now, we are going to make ourselves some chimichurri. If you want to save yourself time on this one, have a little bit of a shortcut, you can just buy chimichurri sauce. Or you can buy, there's chimichurri mixes that you can use. So don't feel like you gotta make your own. You can, but you don't have to. Okay? So in your prep list there, you'll see there's a list of ingredients. So I'm just gonna throw all of the ingredients into a food processor. I'm curious to know, what time of day do you guys prep? Like, is there a specific time of day? Is there a time of day that you can, you know, have the kids out of the house or have them suitably distracted, or do they help you with prep? Because I know, like, my kids love helping in the kitchen. The problem is, if I did that, my prep video would be about 4 hours instead of like 30 minutes to an hour, which seems a little excessive for you guys to come hang out with me. I mean, we could if you wanted to, but every week I feel like it would become a time. But I find during the day the kids are in a good mood. I'm just here, it's a little bit before lunch. So actually one of these meals is going to be for supper tonight, because it's the weekend, we get a full bit of running around, and I love anything with fresh herbs. I've heard parsley's like really good for organs, like really good for like liver and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess it makes sense. It's a dark leafy green, right? Like dark leafy greens are generally your friend. I think I heard it was the liver they're good for. I don't know. So this that I'm using, it's called an electric twist and chop, and it's just a little teensy tiny food processor, but it's small and she's mighty. The blade kind of works double time. It goes up and down so that it tends to process your food a lot faster. I like my speed and efficiency. Also kind of cool, it's got a little hole in the top, so if you were emulsifying something, you know how you get to do the slow drip to emulsify? So you can do that. You can just drop it through the top, and it just dribbles right through this little hole while it's moving. I don't know, kind of moving. It's pretty cool. I love this machine. Let's see. I don't know, she shops at Costco. So if you want some heat in there, you can throw some chili pepper flakes. If you do not want the heat, then do not do it. I'm personally going to try to convince my kids to try some of this, so. And if they don't try it, that's okay too. I just like to encourage it a little bit, so. Do that a little more. There we go. So we've got chimichurri dressing. Chimichurri dressing. All ready to go there. Man, that smells good. So you can skip making this, but it really doesn't take that long. And that's the thing with the prep, like most of these things don't take long. But when it's 5 p.m. and you're in a rush to get supper ready, it can feel like it takes forever. And it can feel so daunting to look at a recipe and see all the things that you gotta put together, and it just looks daunting. So that's one reason why you really want to choose your time of day. Choose your time of day carefully for when you're doing this. Like, you want it to be a time where you feel like you don't have the pressure, which I know also sounds a little bit crazy because like there's always pressure. But you want to try to really set that time aside where it's not so bad, you know? Because there's always something else. There's always something else that you could be doing. But this is just as productive for your week as doing the laundry or anything else. Like, this is such a valuable thing. Oh, next thing that we're doing, we're putting together dry ingredients for chicken fingers. You can totally shortcut this. You can shortcut this by just buying your favorite brand of chicken fingers and not making meat. However, when you're making your own, you know what you're putting in them, and they can actually be a lot healthier. So that's why we're making our own. And really, like, if you're making gluten-free food, a lot of time you have these different flours around anyway. Like, even if you're not paleo, a lot of time you'll have almond flour for a recipe, or tapioca, or arrowroot. If you do want to use tapioca or arrowroot and you still have almond flour, you could choose to use cornstarch. That'll do the same thing. It's just going to bind the almond flour, okay? Or you can make that decision to just buy some chicken fingers, and then that's going to be super easy. So you can do that too. Just giving you options. Just giving you options. Speaking of options, I am using cream of tartar and baking soda. I'm using cream of tartar and baking soda because that's going to make these chicken fingers a little crispier. If you ever made like floppier at-home chicken fingers, this might be part of the reason. Gonna bring over my spices. Bring over my spices, bury my recipe, you know, all of the things. If you are not paleo though, do not worry about having cream of tartar and baking soda. Just use baking powder. You might actually want to use a little more baking powder. Throw in like a teaspoon and a half of baking powder instead of the baking soda and cream of tartar. If you are strictly paleo, that was not where I wanted to put that at all. That was just a bad life choice. Guys, don't do what I just did. Don't put your garlic in your salt. You know what? I'm just gonna shake that on. This is not going to be baking salt now. This is strictly for cooking because you can always have more garlic. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna throw in some, some garlic salt. How to make your own garlic salt at home in one simple mess up. Okay. That just made my day. There we go. So this is the dry mix. This is the dry mix for our chicken fingers. Day of, what are we gonna do with this? We're going to put it into a like some kind of a shallow bowl so that we can put our chicken into it. But that day of, and this is in the recipe, we're going to put like about a tablespoon, maybe 2, of oil in here, and that way it's going to not be like dry and weird after going in the air fryer. It's going to crisp up. Instead of trying to put oil on our, coated chicken fingers after, just add it right to the dry mix, and then it'll work. Okay, next. Gonna get the sauce ready. For our teriyaki chicken wraps. If you are a paleo person, then I do want to point out that there are a couple options for teriyaki sauce. You can look up a recipe for teriyaki sauce. I'm sure you can find a good paleo one online. Or I like this one. It's from Naked Coconuts, Naked and Saucy, teriyaki sesame ginger, which is lovely. And it's all good ingredients in there. I even use it when I am not paleo. I'm paleo sometimes. I'm paleo for the most part, and it's kind of a lifestyle choice. But for me, I find it really helps with inflammation. So if I'm going through a period where I'm having chronic pain or I'm having health issues that are cropping up, I find that my body tends to go back to its happy equilibrium if I go paleo for a while. So knowing that I'm going to be doing it periodically for probably the rest of my life, I am not super strict or hard on myself if I want to treat myself to a treat. But in my daily life, I do try to stay paleo. Primarily, I try to stay grain-free because my body just doesn't seem to like them very much. Once again, I will cheat from time to time, whether it's because I'm lazy or whether it's because there's something like super, super delicious that I don't want to miss out on. Gotta be kind to our bodies. So the sauce that we're having is like super simple. Oh, and if you're not paleo, VH sauces, they're readily available everywhere, it feels like. They're affordable and they're all gluten-free. So if you're looking for a quick, easy to find, affordable sauce, that is a good one. And all of these things, if you want to prep a little more of any of these things, go right ahead. If you are looking at the wraps and you're thinking, you know what, I can have those wraps for a few days this week, cool, do it. Make yourself extra chicken. Prepare yourself extra ingredients with that in mind. Guys, we've done level 2. We are done level 2. Let's move on, shall we? We only got one thing left, and that is slicing some chicken breasts for chicken fingers. So you can skip this step if you're just buying chicken fingers, okay? So, get options. Pardon me as I drink my coffee. Okay. So you can cut them, you can make chicken nuggets, you can make chicken fingers, you can cut them however big or however small into whatever shape you want. Heck, you can make star-shaped ones if you feel like it. Make yourself some dino nuggets. I wonder, like, that would actually be fun. I wonder if you could get something that would actually, like, cut them out in that shape. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it. Now, I saw a post recently where somebody was looking at gluten-free dino nuggets when they were down in the States. And I think they had like mad regret that they didn't buy them while they were down there. And it made me giggle. It's like those little things that you miss, right? Or you miss out on. All right, these are gonna be some weird shaped nuggets, but so they're gonna be kind of more nuggety than finger. I don't know, I'm at peace with it. Maybe these ones will be fingery. Ooh, I got a different fingery angle on them. I've done this before and made like popcorn chicken. That for me was deeply satisfying. I will say, if you do plan on doing like something like popcorn chicken or popcorn chicken-y, you will probably need more batter to dip in. I did some weird cutting here, guys. I don't know what I did. But you know what? It'll be fine. So there are many, many steps today that maybe you skipped, or you could choose to skip if you wanted to. Other than that, man, like if you did all the things, you're making a lot of things from scratch there. And I think you're gonna find that it will pay dividends this week. I don't think I cut that all the way through. That would have irritated me so much when I tried to do it. The little things. And really, try not to sweat the small stuff with any of this. Like, if your chicken's shaped a little different, that's fine. Because goodness knows, even if you're buying stuff, like, it's far from perfection. It might be the same size, but it's only because, like, weird things happen to make it the same size. If your pieces of chicken are cut into shapes that have character, you should be proud of that. So, there we go, guys. That's all chopped up. That's ready to go. Guys, we have so much food made. We have so much food created. It's gonna be such an easy week when you're looking in the fridge and you have all these prepared ingredients instead of like stuff that should become other things. Thank you so much for joining me and for being a part of this week, and I really hope I see you next week. Enjoy. Bye-bye, guys.